All right, am I back? Hmm. Let's see here. Let's get back on. Sorry about that. My internet is not the greatest. I'm sure you've seen.
All right. Are we good to go?
Yep.
Yeah, kind of,
All
sort
right.
of. My dropped frames is still through the roof, but I don't think there's anything I can do about it.
We'll just push through.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can lower your
Oh, I've already done
bit
that.
rate.
It's my internet's really shitty to begin with, so hopefully it'll just like
Oh,
stabilize at some point.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
go
here's
ahead
to
though.
hoping.
So, what did he tell you, laddie?
Well, it appears that the monastery has been besieged.
Hmm. Perhaps we spent too much time at the festivals then.
Aye, we wouldn't have been there for a few days anyway.
Hmm. And so, what did he expect us to do? Unsiege it?
I'm sure he just saw that I was a soldier and hoped that maybe, perhaps I could get word to some other soldiers of mine and, maybe get some forces together, some militia or something to help unbesiege it, as you say.
Hmm. Well, we'll have to do our best. Keep an eye out. I don't trust sorcery.
As you guys have this conversation, slowly the south gate looms into view.
Oh, okay, okay.
As you continue to push forward in silence, clopping along. The crowd is beginning to thin, and you're able to make better time moving through. And you pass under the south gate, and as you do, you can look out and you see that bald guy that you had made a pass at earlier. Um, he's walking down the roadway in roughly the same direction that you guys are traveling.
Hmm.
Well, we're
I
in a
give
hurry.
Tokar my elbow and my classic elbow. I'm like, well, we're getting besieged. We need every swinging axe we can get, probably.
We don't know if he can use that. Hell, you couldn't lift an anvil.
I slipped. That was all. I just slipped.
Ah, you say that. We don't have a way to
Uriah,
battle
you
test
start
him,
to hear
though.
the clattering of hooves coming up the cobbled roadway.
I kind of glance back just to get a better look.
You see a dwarf in chain, looking rather odd on top of a horse that wasn't designed for him. You see a giant of a man riding a majestic-looking horse, and the dwarf is also pulling along a third horse of the same quality. Um, and they have kind of a concerned look on their face, and you happen to notice that they keep looking at you.
Uh, I bear that in mind. I continue facing forward and keep walking.
So this a man with a glaive looks over his shoulder at you, sizes you up, and then continues on his way.
You there, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, just make sure my chat didn't drop.
Oh, now you're muted.
Yeah, I'm muted for just a sec.
No, Brack's muted. And Brax goes to the bathroom.
Sorry, guys.
Something like that.
Kids.
Oh, okay. No problem.
1 second.
So just to say, brother, no, he's not compensating. It was just the horse that he was given. So he essentially he has to take what he has, you know? He can't just leave a good horse behind, especially
Okay.
a horse of this caliber.
Okay.
Welcome back.
So, right. Yeah, I gotta make sure the kids ain't acting up.
Of course they're acting up, the kids.
All right, yeah, totally.
Look, Braximus, you know more about these things with big hammers and whatever the hell he has on his back. If you want to induct him, that's out of your pocket.
Well, lest I remind you, you're the one that's affiliated with the keep that's being sieged. I think it would be more of your interest. Usually, if a man's carrying a weapon like that, he can use it.
You say that. How about you ask him?
Well, you're the one with the keep.
I'll put 10 gold on it. Now, will you ask him?
I'll match it.
Oi, little man.
Oh,
well,
okay. So is somebody who's riding up to him?
I am. Tokar is.
Okay.
And I say, oi, little man. Well, little from up here, anyway. You know how to use that hammer thing, blade? I don't know what it is. Look, I'm a healer. I don't get involved with a lot of this stuff.
I turn around and look at him kind of confused. Do I recognize these two guys?
Yes, you recognize them from the strongman competition.
The winner. You recognize the winner of the strongman competition.
I can use this blade about as well as you can handle that anvil, little man.
Huh. That anvil is nothing.
Why do you ask?
I say, put your money where your mouth is. Look, I don't know if you're affiliated or if you
I
know.
draw the blade. I draw the glaive and stick it at him.
You pointed at him?
Yeah.
Suddenly there's a very large blade about 2 feet away from you.
Here's my money.
Pokar.
So, in that kind of instant, I'll hold my hand up, out kind of to the side, my palm facing me, and it starts to glow a little bit with some holy energy. And I say, look, friend, we're not here to make enemies. We're here to make allies.
Then talk.
Well, it would seem that the Kai Monastery is besieged. We do not know by what, but we have an extra horse and we need an extra hand. What say you?
What's in it for me?
Hells if I
Why
know.
should I care about the trifles of others?
Maybe you get to use that blade instead of just walking around looking like a pansy carrying it, sticking it in people's faces.
Or just a few extra crowns, perhaps, and the glory of knowing you've saved soldiers.
I'm sure the monastery would compensate you somehow.
I kind of tilt my head backwards. You mean the place south of here?
Yes, absolutely.
I pull my blade. I pull my glaive back, letting the hole slip down, slip through my hands, and my hand kind of grazes the blade. Fine. Maybe there's something your people can help me out with something in the end.
Besides, it'd be better than walking, laddie.
Looks like you're
I've been
headed that
walking for a
direction
couple of
anyway.
years.
Well, let's
I've
speed
been
that
walking
up,
for
huh?
years.
I'll hold the reins out toward him, unless you don't know how to ride.
I snatch the reins from him and hop on the horse.
The horse kind of wiggles a little bit, unused to the weight and the rather rough nature that just came over it.
I pet its side to calm it down.
Okay, so I assume that you guys are moving south?
Aye, towards the monastery.
Indeed.
Post haste. Post
Post.
haste.
So you're moving at a gallop then, right? Is that, I don't know traveling speeds for horses. So we're gonna say gallop. That sounds good, right? Right. Okay, so as you start moving south, you know the roadway, and you know the way there very, very well, Tokar. And as you know, the turnoff is only about a few miles down the road. And as you're galloping along the road, you eventually come to it. You can see that it's starting to get very. It's not very dark, but it's starting to turn that blue color, and things are starting to get harder and harder to see. So that's going to slow your pace just a little bit. But after it gets dark, you have gone around 20-ish miles, and it's too dark to go on with the horses. So do you want to try to push on, or do you want to try to camp? What do you guys want to do?
We should make camp. No sense in wearing out the horses.
I agree with you. I agree with you. So I think probably going to dismount off the road, probably like 40 feet or so into maybe up against some brush or into some trees, maybe a little alcove or something like that, so that we can be out of sight of whatever may come this way.
Okay. As you guys start to move off the roadway, you notice that there's the forest is kind of thick here. There's some brambles, and you do notice that there is a bit of gallow brush growing up on the side of this tree. Gallow brush being a very thorny plant that if it scratches you, you tend to get kind of sleepy.
If it pierces us?
Yeah, if it scratches you.
And this is common knowledge?
Yeah, it's common knowledge, but it's also common knowledge that it doesn't last very long after it's been cut. And you find a nice little clearing. There's relative tree cover. There doesn't look to be any like broken branches. Well, as far as you can tell, there doesn't appear to be any broken branches or anything like that might fall on you. It looks like a pretty safe area. And you know that this is a pretty well-traveled location that you guys have crossed off. And as such, it's not as likely to have a whole bunch of wildlife near it. Do you guys have tents or sleeping bags? What do you have?
Ooh, let's see. I'll have to check my gear.
I got something. Bedroll, maybe?
I got a bedroll. Boom. Yeah, no tent. Bedroll. Damn, I should have got a tent.
Yeah. Pretty much a
That's fine.
bedroll and a blanket.